Hey everyone, how's it going today, and welcome back to another second stimulus check and second stimulus package unemployment benefits extension update. So in today's update, I want to talk a little bit now about the future, specifically because I know it's been a very common question, which is what can we expect next in terms of the world of stimulus checks and stimulus package, especially because, as we've mentioned in past videos, is that there have been so many different moving parts, which is a good thing. Which, by the way, if you are brand new here, consider subscribing and hitting the bell notification button for future videos on stimulus checks and stimulus package, and then also occasional other finance topics. And definitely smash the like button because it does help to support this channel, and it's always really greatly appreciated. Thank you to every single person that comes by and does that. But in today's update, I want to talk a little bit about the future, about what we can basically expect, and what are all of the potential future outcomes that might be able to come from everything that's been going on right now, basically. Because a quick recap, as you've probably, if you followed the last two episodes, and also put it at the thumb end screen at the end, so if you haven't checked it out, consider checking it out at the very end. But in one of the past videos, I talked a little bit about a recap about everything that's been going on from the presidential debates all the way up to like Donald Trump entering the hospital, to leaving the hospital, to all of the crazy tweets that he's been basically putting out. And then the other video basically explains about what's going on right now. So we do have a video about the past, a video about the present, and today is going to be a video about the future. So with that being said, let's get this video started right now. So really, at this point, there are really 5 potential outcomes that can really come out of this stimulus check and stimulus package negotiations right now. And I'd also love to hear your current opinions, maybe by the end of this video, about what you currently think is going to happen with the second stimulus check, and if we're even going to have it in general, which I still am very optimistic that we will. But the first potential outcome is that there is a chance that they may try to just simply go through with some kind of very small standalone bill. This is especially true because, for example, the airline bailouts have officially ran out, unemployment has officially ran out, and while it's true that Nancy Pelosi, we all know, is very much against it, I think that if the urgency is really pressed on, maybe, just maybe, we can find a way to kind of just convince her to somehow do it, especially as we're so close to approaching the elections. The first potential outcome is that they end up doing some kind of small standalone package to be able to do it. The second one is a little bit of an upgrade above that, and it's that we end up doing a larger package, but basically still a relatively small package. This would be something like the skinny bill. The difference is the standalone package would basically just be some kind of bill that covers one area. The smaller skinny bill / smaller package is basically where they create a package that's going to cater to several programs. It's not going to be a full package, but it's basically going to be able to kind of have something to work with. Actually, this is actually what Mitch McConnell is trying to go for actually right now. He's writing actually a skinny bill right now, and we're going to get details, so definitely subscribe for more updates and we'll share that out when we get more details about it. But he is basically trying to create right now some kind of another skinny bill, like another whole, he already had another skinny bill, but he's making another brand new skinny bill, where he's trying to basically allocate funds from like the PPP program. That is the second potential outcome. The third potential outcome is that we end up having the giant stimulus package. Personally, I feel, just out of the necessity of seeing what the world is going through right now, and the fact that if you've been following the news, Europe actually recently just started to lock down, or certainly increase their restrictions again. It actually almost feels like we're basically into the wave 2, and there is so much sign that America could be next. We could end, I personally feel that if they tried to lock down again, a lot of people probably wouldn't listen. At this point, I think a lot of people are tired about the lockdown, but it still doesn't change the fact that by law, they can still create laws where they close down things again. But I think that given the direction of where everything is going, I feel that maybe this will pressure them to finally just do and complete the final giant stimulus package, especially as we've mentioned in past videos, how they are literally only $400 billion apart, and both the Republicans and the Democrats' stimulus are so similar similar. It's just a couple, a couple of small dollar amounts related things like the 400 versus $600 unemployment, 300 versus 400 something $billion for state and local government. But I feel that the third outcome is we end up just finally getting some kind of giant stimulus package. Maybe Pelosi goes down 200 billion, maybe the Republicans go up 200 billion, but I feel that that is another potential outcome. The fourth potential outcome that we can maybe expect actually, and this is the one I don't believe is likely to happen, but it is still a possibility that Trump can actually still sign an additional executive orders. And as we've kind of mentioned in past videos, is the way the executive orders work is that by signing executive orders, Trump, I'm pretty sure, doesn't have the power to kind of just generate money. He doesn't have the ability to kind of create money from Congress, but what he does have the power to do, and that's actually what he did with the FEMA program for unemployment, which we've made so many different unemployment videos already. But basically, he does, however, have the power to take money and funds that have already existed, especially from previous proposals and acts, and just redistribute them. That was really why we had that $300 to $400 unemployment benefits with FEMA back in about the end of August to most of September. And I know there's a couple people that are still waiting, and I think one of my next videos is probably going to be about unemployment, so definitely subscribe if you are on unemployment, especially if you are still waiting, and remember to smash the like button if you haven't done so already. But there is a chance, I believe, that there is actually still a couple $2 billion left over from the original CARES Act. There's actually still some money parked out on the side. He does, I believe, there is a potential he can take that money and try to sign another additional executive orders. The only thing about it is that the reason why I don't feel it's likely is because the money and funds right now is going so tight that because they are using a very limited specific set of funds, and that's the reason why the FEMA was only able to go for 5 to 6 weeks and not like 10 weeks, is because they really have to watch their budget, because part of that money goes into emergency services, and within the CARES Act, part of that money is actually hoping to carry over to fund the next stimulus package. So that really is the other potential possibility that can maybe happen. And then really the fifth final possibility, and I think that this is the one I like to believe is the least likely outcome to happen, but it is the outcome that sadly a lot of people believe may be happening, is, as much as I don't hope not to think about it, and I can only imagine what this country would go to, is there are some people that believe that the stimulus package may just not even happen at this point, at least certainly not before the elections. It may actually be something postponed until after the elections. And I just feel that like our economy right now is being so turned down, and it's getting even more hardcore going forward, because as we know is that the airlines are struggling, businesses are struggling, restaurants are struggling, even health. People's health, physical health, mental health, the cases with the pandemic are climbing again. So many different schools, education, state, local government, the unemployment rates are skyrocketing. As we've mentioned, I believe 60 million people have basically already filed between when the pandemic started, and I believe there's about 30 million people that are still actively on the unemployment benefits extension. That I just feel that like the probability to have that, I don't know if they can keep up their political gains, but I just think that the destruction to not do any stimulus package at all is going to be so detrimental to this country that I just can only imagine where we're going to be headed if they try to pull off such a thing, even if it's like the general outrage that the public is probably going to have. Maybe there will be more riots, maybe there will be more fights, maybe this will, as much as I hope not, go into some kind of civil war related situation. But really, basically, to recap, there are really 5 outcomes that I really can see possibly happening right now in the future. We either get a standalone bill, we get a skinny bill, we get a complete package, we get some kind of executive order for now, and then the postponement. We just don't get anything for now until maybe hopefully after the elections. But I'd love to basically hear your thoughts about whether or not you guys think we're still going to see a stimulus package before elections. Personally, I still feel optimistic, especially because, as we've mentioned in past videos, I really do actually believe that for Trump, especially because he actually really wants a stimulus package, and he's actually even tweeted that he wanted something even more generous than what the Democrats and the Republicans, certainly everyone's more generous than what the Republicans are proposing right now. There's certainly a say that a lot of people believe that for Donald Trump to maybe win this election, he's going to need some kind of stimulus package, and he's encouraging it too, which is a good thing. So that's why there's really just 5 potential outcomes that we basically covered: a standalone bill, a skinny bill, a giant bill, an executive orders, or just, sadly, just for now, no package, all the way at least until after the elections. But I'd love to hear your guys' opinion, what you guys think is going to happen. Do you guys think we're going to be able to see a package by elections, or any questions or thoughts at all? But with that being said, hopefully this is a chill, easy video. Remember to subscribe, smash the like button, feel free to comment any questions, thoughts at any time, and stay safe, stay well, and hope to see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much again.